Hey guys, welcome back to Alan's Cards. Today I've got a video response for Double D Vintage Baseball Cards, Dylan, and his 500 subscriber contest. If you haven't seen Dylan's channel, he's got an incredible collection and passion for the hobbies, as others have mentioned already. But I think what I'd want to call out most is his really incredible, impressive card room. Floor-to-ceiling display, just the ability to change it up at his discretion. He's kind of like the Willy Wonka of cards, in my opinion, but without violating any child labor laws. For this video, he asked that we share a card we display in one of his custom frames, either SGC or PSA. So what I've got shown here are my two favorite cards prior to the one I'm going to show you, which I just kind of acquired in a recent trade. So on the left, I've got the 1941 play ball Ted Williams. If you had a chance to see any of Hobbypalooza, I was had the honor, privilege of being on a stream with Nina Reese, led by Alex Bowman 53, about collecting vintage, and this was the card I called out as my favorite at the time. And on the right, I've got a 34 Goudey Lou Gehrig, number 37, the yellow, which is kind of my second favorite card for one of my favorite players of all time. But what I've done recently is made a trade and been able to acquire a card from the hobby that I've really wanted since day one, as long as I can remember, since I've been collecting. So what I want to do is share that as part of this video, and if I were to win the custom display, this is definitely the card that I would display in it. So the card that I was able to recently acquire is this 1933 Goudey Babe Ruth number 144, the full body pose. There are arguably more iconic cards in the hobby, such as the Wagner and the 52 Mantle. But for me, like I said, this has been the card that I've been trying to acquire for the longest time, and just haven't been able to find the right one, or obviously prices have gone crazy. So as the opportunity came up to make a trade, I pulled the trigger. It's a double print, and relative to other cards, it's not unique or rare. Especially compared to the one I had to give up, which was the 1915 Cracker Jack Honus Wagner. But I will eventually, hopefully, get to add a Wagner back to the collection. But for right now, I'm really thrilled with this card. I think what really made this card stand out for me, especially for the grade, is the presentation. Great registration and color, pretty good centering except a little off top to bottom. No creases or wrinkles throughout the front. Unfortunately, what brings the grade down is a little bit of paper loss on the back, which I'll show in a second. But my goal in collecting is always about the display on the front, and if that means sacrificing something about the back, I'm always happy to do it. I've got a card with the stamp back, I've got other cards with paper loss, and so if I can acquire something with this kind of eye appeal for a price or another card that works, I'll definitely do it. And here's the back. You can see the little bit of paper loss running vertically and horizontally, kind of like an X on the card. Unfortunately, it takes off part of the 144 number, but the back is still very readable and good color and clear otherwise, except for that kind of few spots of paper loss. Special thanks to Josh, J. Stottlemyre One Channel, for helping make the connection for this trade, and for Dylan for running this contest. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment below.